Jake, you wonderful human being, you. This was actually quite refreshing, and I enjoyed Suede. Pardon me. The guy who's doing your scoring, he's got such an ebullient personality that it's actually quite addicting. I thought that he was actually foreign, and you were trying to play a trick on us by not giving us the actual captions, but I've been fleeced. That's actually him just hamming it. But the two of you together was just completely and utterly precious. There's no other way. Visa can't make a good commercial like this. You guys would actually make the best when it comes to it. Soundtrack question. Well, I've got too many to actually say. I can narrow it down to one, fortunately, and I'm not going to give that one away yet. But I do enjoy pretty much all the Disney soundtracks. I do enjoy certain movie soundtracks. The one, True Blood, for example, that's not a movie, it's more of a television series. They've got an awesome soundtrack for their actual TV series, and because of the actual soundtracks themselves, it's like soundtracks are nifty for the simple fact that you can easily, if they don't give only like 2 or 3 songs and the rest of it's just score for the movie, if they actually list more than 1, 2, 3, 5 artists, then it's similar to buying What If comic or any comic that showcases more than one type of character or story. Because it gives you a chance to go, okay, well, I like this selection, I like that selection, I don't like this, I absolutely detest this, and so on and so forth. The fun thing about soundtracks is that it opens up multiple channels or windows in your brain, and you go, okay, I'm going to go and research this particular artist because I really like this song. I wonder what else they might have. This one that I'm going to present to you is T-Bone Burnett's own production, and it's a movie that you may have seen, and if you haven't seen it, it's a retake on Odysseus Travels. I think I said that right. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Which starred George Clooney, John Turturro, Tim Blake Nelson, and John Goodman. Why John Goodman got the name on this particular disc, I don't know. Because realistically, the only 3 guys that you see, well, the only one person that you see from start to finish is pretty much George Clooney. John Goodman's character appears briefly as the Cyclops from the actual original tale. As a one-eyed traveling salesman or charlatan. I won't say more if you've never seen the movie because I'll spoil it, but it's worth the rental if you haven't had the chance to see it. And this is probably the best holiday flick that you can ever watch. But look at this. Look at this selection. It's all blues, well, not blues, but bluegrass music, folk, Americana, with originals. That Poe Lazarus, James Carter and the Prisoners, is literally people chanting it. Big Rock Candy Mountain is an original with Harry McClintock. You Are My Sunshine is done by Norman Blake. That one I think is very recent. Alison Krauss, The Soggy Bottom Boys, Chris Thomas King, which is a famous bluesman. The Whites, Alison Krauss and Gillian Welch. Emmylou Harris, Alison Krauss and Gillian Welch, so on and so forth. The list goes on and on and on. The most of these artists and bands and singers and songstresses were all put together. Unfortunately, the only thing that we don't get in this particular soundtrack is George Clooney's, John Turturro's, and Tim Blake Nelson on trying to sing. Now, apparently from what I've heard through the grapevine is that their singing was so bad that they couldn't use it. I still would have liked to have it here as an excerpt, as an extra track, just to say they tried, but they couldn't conquer it. Hey, it's that no one wants to put themselves out like that, but trust me, I myself, as an audiophile and a cinematic geek, enjoy these little things that get thrown in. But apart from that, when it comes to scoring, if I go for something with entire feelings in regards to the soundtrack, it would have to be that famous movie that a great Canadian director made, the one called Avatar. For those of you that haven't seen it, The scores for the actual movie are quite energizing. Quite well done, too. Anyways, that's it. Jake, because I'm not going to get to see you before your PoP's episode comes out, and I'm not going to be able to, well, I don't get to see you. You live far away from my home. I'm not going to be able to respond to you either way until I come back after the Christmas weekend. I want to wish to you, the cast, the crew, and your family, as I've wished your sister, a Merry Christmas. Have a nice one.